surrounded by family and friends, civil rights icon Charles Evers passed away this morning at his home in Brandon. He was 97 years old.
But this time on this earth, well spent and full of impact. KAYLA Thompson is here now to reflect on his legacy. KAYLA.
Charles Evers will always be remembered as a civil rights icon to those who knew him, and they say he took charge and made an impact wherever he went.
Life itself is hard, so you can't expect everything to be good, but it's been good to me.
Today we celebrate the life of Charles Evers, a civil rights pioneer who will be remembered for his courage in working alongside his brother Medgar Evers to make Mississippi a better place for all people.
They went together to the polls in 1946 to try to vote in their hometown of Decatur, only be turned away by white men with guns. They were very involved in the civil rights movement. I mean, before the modern civil rights movement, usually most people begin it in 1954. They were involved in, campaigning, trying to get African Americans to vote. And, Medgar was out selling insurance to sharecroppers and trying to get them to vote.
And when Medgar Evers was assassinated in 1963, his brother Charles returned to Mississippi, immediately jumping into action.
And he told me he packed a suitcase with, basically all these weapons, guns and weapons, and came down to Mississippi and took his brother's place.
Charles Evers went on to make history as the first African-American mayor in Mississippi since Reconstruction.
He was elected in '69. If it hadn't been for the Voting Rights Act, he would have never been elected. And so it was the changes that began to come to Mississippi and the rest of the country because of the Civil Rights Act, and especially the Voting Rights Act in 1965.
Charles Evers ran for governor, and although he may have lost, he opened the door to possibilities for African-American candidates in the future. And his legacy will never be forgotten. Charles Evers was also known for his impact in radio as a disc jockey. Coming up here from his colleagues at WMPR.